Again, this is Priscilla Batzell in Spring Hill, Florida at Expressionist Studio Gallery. That is my OXO omelet turning flip and fold spatula. This is a chalk line that's doing my line of demarcation for my sky area. This is my OXO omelet turning flip and fold spatula, and I'm going to do some weird stuff. This is a landscape that has black trees over a green strip down the center and pink and purple and orange sky. And I have to decide right now where I'm going to start, and I think I'm going to start. I'm not going to worry about, because the black can fill in later. So I'm just going to give myself this lurid green, which I don't actually know what is. I would tell you if I did. It might be called neon though. Could be very easily neon. This is some emerald green. What's left of it, evidently, as long as it will come out. Big if. I suppose that's going to have to be enough. I want to put some of this combination right over my edge right now. Leave myself a line using my finger. So I'm just going to keep filling in from my line of demarcation. I'm going to try and make it kind of random, because it really could have been mostly one color. I'm not sure I'm going to like this along the way, but you never know. And like I said, I don't mind having anything extra on the bottom. I could even put my black down there now to start with and drag it up, but I'm not sure how I'm going to feel about that. It looks like there's something else in there. Thread, that won't even show later. The sky is going to be kind of interesting because I'm going to have to flip this around. I don't actually want, well, I was going to say I don't want any of those highlighted areas, but I don't know what I want because I haven't done. Come out thing, whatever you are. Something in one of the paints. Like I said, probably anything that's looking like it's going to disturb me now won't be a problem. Just going to keep blending those colors together, trying to get rid of anything that looks like canvas. I really want some purple in there. Wow. Okay, so I don't know how that's going to be, but it's going to change the texture just ever so slightly. Not to mention the color. Seriously, didn't mention it. Alright, so just for general principles, I'm going to pull all of that right down. Blend it in just a little bit. It's a start, even if it's a stage one, you know? It is what it is. Spatulas are hard to blend at the edge if you're not careful, because you need a heavy layer of paint to make the canvasy stuff that's showing through disappear. But I'll do my best. Alright, so I've got a little bit of paint left on my spatula. The spatula goes in the bucket. Let's just put a line down there. This is how I usually do my edges anyway. One more little bit. Because it's pretty sheer, this green. And I know I can always add colors over it. It won't be a problem. That's a very springtime color though. So, don't want any green up there. that makes me think maybe I ought to put a little line of Anita's White Metallic, so I have a buffer zone. I don't know if it's going to work or not, but I'm for sure going to give it my best shot. I have some lilac color in here. And I need a clean spatula. And fewer bottles in my way. This is some Folk Art Neon Pink, I believe. Now I'm just going to get wild. Probably should have put that under there or I might get a stain, which could be a problem if I'm not quick. Excuse me. No idea what I'm doing, but these are the colors that I wanted to use. And whatever I get is what I get the first time. The sky was amazingly bright. Basically, the photograph was of the woods, but it was taken and then digitally manipulated. I figured if I go about this somewhat willy-nilly, that's going to be as close as I can get to what the photograph looked like, because I wasn't trying to be perfect. When I'm doing a digital manipulation, all bets are off. Now if I can keep that bead of paint puddly, which is questionable, then I should be able to tip it down. I got more color in this sky than I had in the other one. But it's still going to give me the effect that I want. I'm going to take the paint that's on the blade of my spatula and I'm going to squish it into that white as best I can. Learning curve aside. Please excuse me. I have some lighter orange. I'm thinking I want it up there. No, don't put any more darker orange in there. I'm going to save that paint just for a minute for my edges. I don't see anything moving. So I'm going to not save that paint. Make the best of the situation I've got. Now, what's supposed to come next are trees, but I've got a lot of paint and no way to tell how far to go, but I can start. Oh, it looks like I have just about enough paint to actually cover my whole top. Get rid of that bubble. That little piece of canvas. Not that it'll even notice tomorrow, that little piece of canvas. That bubble. Just use the paint on the edge of my spatula to cover everything that needs to be covered. I want that white right there to go away. And the same for that one. I need a little scrape just to get rid of what's on the blade of my spatula before I start again. Use my wet studio rag, which is just a heavy piece of cotton from a turtleneck or a sweatshirt or something. I'm gonna grab some black and start playing. Maybe I'll start. I want to look at my I want to look at my cheat sheet. Could be a lot of finishing work on this tomorrow. Could be just a very bunch of stylized trees too, the rate I'm going. Excuse me for sniffling. The paint fumes I'm not used to. It's kind of fun. I think I'm very much interested in filling in as much of the bottom as I can and using some black down there. Hopefully without taking too much of the paint right off the canvas. I think I'm going to need a whole bunch more black. Spatula works pretty good for making marks. And we shall see what it dries like tomorrow. Now this canvas was pre-primed with white paint, so worst case scenario, anything that happens to show through really isn't canvas anyway. I think this would take me a long time, but I have 4 minutes, so you can just watch me bounce the spatula, I guess. I might take my balloon and see what happens. Put some foliage in, or change the texture up. Or just add the black in the bottom with the balloon, because I can. And as long as the paint is wet, I should be able to bounce the spatula. And I should also be able to put some other green, darker green colors in there if I want. But I'm beginning to have more of the effect that I was hoping for. And I can definitely use that along the bottom at some point in time. Balloon dragging. Whole new texture. Definitely different than Kisses. I should wipe that off so I don't have to come back and find it with gooey paint on it. I'm not going to mind any superfluous colors that blend in from other areas of the painting. I might be tempted tomorrow to put some more green leaves in up at the top. I am just letting whatever will be right at the moment. Composing by the seat of my pants. The green is just going to be completely full of black. So if you need to fast forward, and you will have already seen the thumbnail. kind of wanted to use this card and see how that worked. That might even be faster than the spatula. And then I'll use the short side of the card, hopefully. To add some branches. Yeah, that's kind of working. It's all texture. I think I'm going to go through quite a bit of black paint though. The only thing I really wouldn't brave doing is, I think, adding that green, the canopy, if I'm going to have one. So I'll show you guys right now, because somebody might want to tune out. It's pretty cool, actually. I like it. But I'm not going to stop. And it's going to take me every last minute. I promise you that. So I should just basically dab through and fill things in. And I could probably come back again tomorrow or even before today's over. And yeah, I knew I was going to run out of time. Might as well get messy. There's no reason to think that the trees can't be catching some of the sunlight. So, you guys give me a thumbs up if you wouldn't mind. I'm just going to keep adding trees, or black marks, whatever you want to call them, until I get to a place I like. And I'm not going to make you watch all of me doing this, so you won't see me finish. Complain if you need to. I don't see the point. I'm just going to keep dropping colors in there. And I like the little bits of color that are blending. I like the fact that there's some black up there. Whoops, that was probably not right. And I dare say I could do this upside down. Just add a few more crossover pieces here and there. Excuse me. More black paint. Maybe a longer card. I need something longer for sure. There, that's my last minute. So look under the video for my link tree, where I have all kinds of great links that you might be interested in checking out. The Gallerist, my Facebook groups, Instagram, Pinterest, Twitter links. You don't know. Please leave me a comment. And if you have a question, I'll answer your question if I can. My paint pouring recipes underneath the video. Donations are what keeps the studio creating videos. If you'd like to make a donation, you can find the PayPal icon on the bottom right hand corner of my YouTube channel banner, and also include it on the link tree. And if there's a drawing that month, you can find out by checking the end screen video in the last 20 seconds. At the beginning you should see whatever the prizes are going to be for that month. So this is kind of weird, but that's okay. I'm kind of blurring that green line, which is good. I think it does what I wanted it to do, and you guys are gone